Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest mistakes that realtors are making right now is pretending like it's 6 months ago. So,
Exactly.
this is kind of my running joke in my market is if the only script you know is I can meet you at the house at 3:00 today, go ahead and learn this one. Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, exactly.
Ultimately, what we need to really understand now is that, Google real estate market for fun after this call, or, turn on the news. By the way, no one's sending out any headline that says, hey, the real estate market's doing just fine. Why? Because no one's going to click on that. That's boring. That's not interesting. And, I gave Tristan some crap about this a couple weeks ago. He was putting up all these things about the market's going to crash. The market's going to crash. Now, if you listen to what he said the exact opposite of that. But again, no one's interested in boring, average, everything's fine. So what everything out there is this clickbait of, holy crap, the sky is falling, little Chicken Little thing that's going on right now. So our job, more than probably in my entire career, is to educate people on the market. So, stuff that I would know off the top of your head is inventory levels today versus inventory 90 days ago. So it looks like this. Hey, by the way, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, do you know what's actually occurring in our real estate market right now? No, what do you mean? Well, let me talk about inventory levels. So if you just go back 90 days, we were sitting at about 15 days of inventory, which means that if no house is listed for the next 15 days, all the houses will be gone. Well, currently we are at triple that amount. So we're at 48 days of inventory. So ultimately we've gone from every house being sold in the first 5 minutes it was on the market to actually having some lag time. And anyway, you need to be able to talk about all these stats, days on market, number of sales, price reductions, and talk about them in an intelligent way, because where are they getting their information from? Facebook, CNN, Fox, wherever people get their news from. But I promise you, it's not the accurate stats that you have. And having a conversation with somebody, and here's a great line if you want to add it to your scripts, if you will. The real estate market is not declining, it is simply increasing slower. I'm going to say that again. The real estate market is not declining, it is simply increasing slower. And if you look at the difference between those two things, people are like, oh, and here's an interesting thing that happens in our world today with all the data that's thrown at us on a consistent basis is we overreact to everything. So in case you guys don't know, across the country, we're still, if you take out the 2-year blip that was caused by the pandemic, we're still at historic low seller rates or seller inventory. Like, I don't know about you guys, but that's not been 45 days of inventory has never been true in my market until now.
Exactly. And here's something else I would add to that, Brian. I would also say something like this, is that, did you know that, listing strategies have changed? So if you're thinking we can list low and sell high, that strategy is gone. We're coming to a normal market. So Mr. Seller, Mr. Buyer, when is a good time for John Key to educate you, guide you, and share market knowledge with you? For Brian to share. See, the thing is, the keywords are so important in a script. Don't read off a script. That's another thing, Brian, I would recommend as well, is that you're reading off a script. Hey, we're in the relationship building business. So your ISAs should build that relationship with your clients, right? So keywords, pick out keywords. This is how we train our ISAs, is to pick keywords, is educate, guide, and share market knowledge. When you tell a buyer or a seller that, think about it. If you're a buyer or a seller, and I told you that, how would you feel? Right, Brian? If I told you I'm going to educate you, guide you, and share market knowledge with you, how would you react to that?